thought I had found a beautiful rock. It was a rattlesnake. The second I recognized it, I tried to call the hospital so they could prepare antivenom. But when I pulled out my phone, I panicked and dropped it into a crack in the rocks. The wound started burning almost at once. I knew how deadly rattlesnake venom was. It could kill in minutes. Now the only thing I had left was the knife at my waist. Gritting my teeth, I cut across into the swollen spot. Then I bent down and sucked the venom out. I knew it might not work, but it was the only thing I could think of. Spitting out the poisoned blood did nothing to ease the pain. Instead, my whole arm started going numb. I realized right away that I had to get back to the cabin. If I collapsed out there, I was done. It was only a few dozen meters away, but at that moment, it felt impossibly far. My mind started to fade. My legs got weaker and weaker. Still, I managed to stumble back inside. The second I got in, a wave of thirst hit me. It felt like all the water in my body was draining away. I grabbed a bottle and drank it dry, but when I finished, I was even thirstier. I had just turned to look for more water when my body suddenly stopped responding. The next second, I collapsed onto the bed.
Fucking breathe.
That was when I realized I was really dying. I fought to stay conscious, but in the end, I still closed my eyes. Later that night, I started shivering all over. I was clearly running a fever. Instinctively, I tried to pull the blanket tighter around me, but my whole body felt limp. I had no strength at all. Then I suddenly couldn't feel my right hand. I forced myself to lift it and look. My entire arm was badly swollen. The skin was covered in blisters. It was obvious the venom had spread. Not long after that, everything went black, and I passed out again. I don't know how much time passed. At some point, I vaguely saw a glimmer of light, whether it was real or just a hallucination. I knew I had to call for help, but my throat felt blocked and I couldn't make a sound. At least they saw me. But strangely, those two people didn't help. Instead, they turned and ran like I was the plague. I don't know how many more days passed, but eventually, I slowly woke up again. My body felt much lighter. My breathing was easier too. My head was still a little foggy, but my mind was clear. Only then did I remember everything that had happened. I looked at my right hand right away. The swelling was gone. Only a faint bite mark was left. When I washed my face, I touched my cheek. The thick beard made me realize I had been out for a long time, but at least I was still alive. That alone was a blessing. After that, I decided to go home. My mother had to be worried sick, but when I saw my car, I froze. It looked like it had been sitting there for years. Even the tailpipe was packed with dust. My head felt heavy. I couldn't think straight, so I didn't think any further. I just got in and drove away. But something felt wrong. The town was usually loud and busy. Now it was as quiet as a dead city. The only grocery store in town was wrecked. Goods were scattered all over the floor. Military trucks were parked all over the entrance. There was even a man lying there, stiff and still. I walked closer. He was a mailman. He had clearly been dead for a long time, and the body was already decomposing. What had happened here? Why had no one dealt with any of it? I looked farther ahead. The entire square was covered with bodies. Then I saw the road sign up ahead. I ran back to the car. I floored it and raced home. The radio in the car kept repeating one message. Everyone must stay home and shelter in place. But when I got back to my neighborhood, nothing looked unusual. Everything was still quiet and peaceful, like nothing had happened at all. I still held on to a little hope. Maybe the crisis hadn't reached this place yet. With that last bit of hope, I pushed open the front door.
Mom? Dad?
But there was no response from inside. My heart started pounding. All I could do was keep walking and pray that my family was safe. But when I saw the rotten fruit and the unfinished breakfast still sitting on the table, my heart sank. My mother had always been neat. She always kept the house spotless. My father never left the last sip of coffee unfinished. I walked into the living room, took a deep breath, and forced myself to stay calm. Then I gathered my courage and pushed open the bedroom door. The moment it opened, the smell of decay hit me. I forced myself inside. My father was lying on the bed. Judging by the state of the body, he had been dead for many days. Then I walked into the bathroom and saw my mother. She was sitting there. Her body had not fully decomposed yet. Clearly, she died after my father. The pill bottle beside her explained everything. My mother had taken her own life. Maybe she had kept trying to reach me. Maybe she thought I was dead too. In despair, she chose to leave. At that moment, endless regret came rushing over me. If I had never gone to that cabin in the woods, if I had never been bitten by